gents, and welcome to the Super Bright Show. I just got a screening of Batman vs. Superman just a couple minutes ago, and this is going to be my review for it. So let's just say I'm going to have a couple interesting things to say about it. Nothing bad, well, nothing good either. But anyways, let's get the show started. So let's get this out of the way first. I enjoyed Man of Steel a couple years ago, and of course the Dark Knight trilogy. So going to Orphan Fight the movie, Batman vs. Superman, I was excited when it was announced. I was on board 110%. Then they announced Wonder Woman was going to be in it, and I was still on board with it. I was like, okay. But then Aquaman was hinted, then Flash, then Cyborg, then Doomsday, and then that's when it hit me. This movie is going to be a clusterfuck. Let's start with our title characters. Ben Affleck was a great Bruce Wayne. He was also a badass Batman. Affleck's Bruce Wayne reminded me a little bit of the Bruce Wayne from the animated series, which was great for me because I loved that when I was a kid. His Batman kicked so much ass as well. The way he fights in this movie is just like the way that he fights in the Arkham games. There is some I didn't really like about this Batman in this universe, but to avoid spoilers, I won't say what that is. I've been a fan of Ben Affleck since Daredevil. I know, crazy right? And most recently, The Town and Gone Girl. When I found out he was going to be Batman, I knew he was going to kill the role. Henry Cavill as Superman, on the other hand, I'm not too sure of. I like Cavill as Superman in both Man of Steel and this movie. No improvement, but he also didn't do a worse job. But Kent, on the other hand, I don't know how I feel about that, since in this movie, there wasn't really a character to Clark Kent for me. The actual fight between the two characters was actually pretty awesome, but short, which is sad, because it's in the title of the movie. But I do love that they are possibly hinting at maybe some kind of Injustice-style storyline, maybe later on in the future of the movies. Wonder Woman was awesome in this movie. When she showed up, I gotta admit, she stole the show, which is bad for a movie called Batman vs. Superman. Now, Jesse Eisenberg is Lex Luthor. Sweet Black Baby Jesus, he was, wow. Not in a good way either. I heard he was supposed to play the Riddler before he got cut. Now they're saying this, that makes so much sense. Plus, if you're hoping that that one Ninja Turtle. No, wait, that's not right. Doomsday was going to be epic. He's not, and that's sad, because Doomsday was easily one of my most favorite DC villains ever. Alright, now normally in my reviews, this is where I talk about the story, but that's the thing with this movie. There's kind of not a story that much at all, really. The movie really didn't know what it wanted to be. Like, 1 second it would be a Man of Steel sequel, then the next it would turn into a solo Batman film, and then right after that it would turn into a Justice League setup, and so on. The editing really throws off the flow of the story. Well, if they were trying to tell one, that is. Even though it has some major plot holes and too many dream sequences, and even one you would most likely see in an Inception. That Nolan reference, though. Now I consider myself a comic fan. I enjoy any kind of comic-related media like video games, movies, graphic novels, and so on. But I just prefer and have more knowledge of the Marvel Universe. But I do enjoy DC just as much as I possibly can. In fact, Superman is actually one of my top 3 favorite heroes. Now with that out of the way, this movie is just a way for DC to jumpstart the universe to play catch-up. Now don't get me wrong, DC didn't have to or doesn't need to do exactly what Marvel did to build a universe with each character having their own separate movies and so on until the big team-up film. But with how much they try to do with this one film and with how little they use and explain people like Wonder Woman and the Force Justice League nods, it would have been nice to get more explanations here and there for the casual fans like me who aren't well known in the deep DC lore. Like I said earlier, this movie isn't bad, but it isn't good either. This isn't like Fantastic Four bad or Batman and Robin bad. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If I had to use a recent superhero movie as an example to compare this movie to, I would have to say maybe Iron Man 2. They tried to tell a sequel story to Iron Man in that movie, but the shoehorn Avengers setup threw off the whole story and left plot holes. Like, remember how they brought up Tony's alcoholism but never mentioned it again in any kind of movie? So what's going to be my verdict after what I'm pretty sure some DC fans might call nitpicking or being a Marvel fanboy? I'm going to have to give it 3 forced Justice League cameos out of 5. This movie really didn't live up to expectations it set out, but it's still worth the watch because the controversy alone with this movie should be enough to see and decide your own opinion. And plus, it's Batman and Superman in the same movie. What else could you ask for? And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all when I see y'all.